Diego Portela Mendes crosses the line here in Vilamoura.
E 2 pontos de excesso de tempo, 10 no total, 79 segundos, 92 centésimos para Diogo Portela Mendes e Di Valentino C. Total do campeonato 38,69 até o momento.
A jumping it was, and two-time 10 for Diego Portela Mendes. And the total close of today's competition, 38.69 for Di Valentino C, completing for Portugal. The new starter is this very talented horseman. Adam Pissarik is away. Amanda Delorbury jumping. This mare, she's 13. Lord Z crossed to Skippy the second, owned by the Bohemia Energy Club. And Adam Pissarik had 2 down, 2-time yesterday, 10. And the opening day, 11.1. But he's a talented horseman, just keeps things very calm. And regular. I like the way he rides. There's not much interference. Oof. What a recovery. Pitch forward on landing, stumbled in between 9A, 9B, and somehow, I think that's the beautiful balance he sits in. Didn't get on the horse's head at all, and then the horse could take off out over that vertical. Great recovery. And Amanda Delorbury, shame. Oi, oi, oi. 2 parts down the triple, snapping a pole as well. Just got stuck for a little bit of gas through that last line. But it was only those 2 mistakes on the home journey. 2 fences down, 8 jumping, and also 1 time in that very exciting round. But Amanda Delorbury crosses the line. 9 it is for Adam to add. And his total after this morning's competition, 30.1 for the Czech Republic.
Disputar a segunda classificativa de jovens cavaleiros do Campeonato da Europa de saltos de obstáculos e a segunda mão da Taça das Nações. Portanto, campeonato por equipas. Competing this second competition of individuals.
There will just be a moment whilst we replace that broken pole in the treble combination. And just again to remind you of the process, we have about another 25 more or so to jump before we start the final round of the team competition, the Nations Cup. We'll start at approximately 10:03 here in Vilamoura with Theodore Linda in about half an hour. And that is the 10 teams that jump in reverse order. And it is very close. We can't wait to see the conclusion. Belgium heads Ireland, Germany, Britain, Spain. They are all those nations within just over 5 penalties. So the top 5 covered by 5. It's going to be some finale. Leah de Coulon is on the course. And Leah, her very first European Championships, is away smartly. This is a horse I love. It's Goldfinger Z jumping. Gold Fever crossed to Pilote. Zangaseda that Leah owns herself, and they had a surprising 16 yesterday because the horse looked to be jumping well, has got bags of scope, and to my eye looks careful in nature, but things just didn't quite happen yesterday. Their opening day was very good. 4.72 was their Table C competition against the clock score. But Leah de Coulon has come out in a very good mode this morning, just sadly. Not a long stride in there, but just slightly flattened the canter. Perhaps just took off a little bit far away into the combination over the oxer. Then just had a little bit too much distance to the ideal takeoff point to the vertical. So 2 down for Leah de Coulon as Goldfinger Z travels down the treble. I love Leah de Coulon. She's a beautiful jockey. Sits in a great balance. Hands Again, superb contact with the horse's mouth, which is absolutely crucial. But again, the time has another one. I'm sure as we move to the sharp end, that time will become more attainable. But it is one time penalty and 8 jumping, 9 for Goldfinger.
Sweden is next. Rider Cora Hearn riding Shagino.
Cora Hearn has started very well here for Sweden. Was close to the water, but I think just okay. We have one of our 5 ground jurors down at the water, assessing a plasticine landing strip for any impact. Shaginu is away well with Cora Hearn. It is her debut Young Rider European. She was in Kaposhvar for the ponies. That was in 2017. Miskown Harvey, 5th there with the Swedish team in the heart of Hungary. Shaginu turns down to the vertical off the corner, right up to height under my chin at 150. Big old fence. Shaginu has just had the one down. I'm assuming that was a foot in the water. Didn't see the other mistake. But it's a nice round for Cora Hearn. And inside the time, rarely today. No, I apologise. I misinterpreted the Portuguese statement. I'm muddling it for Polish. What hope have I got in translating it? It is 2 for time for jumping. 6 to add for Shaginu and Cora Hearn. 6 to add and 26.56 is her championship total. We stay with Sweden, and Janelle Larson is the last before our 5-minute intermission that will follow. Janelle riding Kingston this morning. It's a young gelding. He's a 9-year-old Kanan Baludurue's son. Comes down this beautiful white blazed face chestnut down to the opener. Then into the meat of the course, that big triple bar. A real wake-up call, the Vilamoura Atlantic Tour. 17 weeks this year. Here is a massive schedule. Antonio Mora and his team. Season starts in late January, runs all the way through into November. Janelle Larson, eye is on the clock as she then rattles down quickly. Out over the water at 6. So Miss going to Gothenburg for the World Cup finals this year. Thomas Torgersson's wonderful competition in the Scandinavian, but hopefully we'll be back there next year. And Janelle Larson's a regular in the Scandinavian with the likes of Star Almay, her other very good horse, and Kingston comes down. The final triple combination. Back bar of the Oxer sadly goes, and that, to my eye, was the first of the mistakes. There's the last coming home as well.
São 2 derrubas dentro do tempo concedido. Janelle Larson and Kingston 43. Estão 8 pontos, 74 segundos, 44 certeza. 8 jumping faults for Janelle Larson.
So, just the final line causing problems for Janelle Larson. Great effort. She is inside time.
And Sweden
just unstuck at that Oxer in the middle of the combination. 12B and 13 the 2 that Fulzer. Well, we were due to have a break, and I'm assuming Attila Lundgren is not cantering for the sheer fun of it, so I think we go on. Attila brings Come On Conrad to the start. Starting with a championship total of 17.43 at this point, lying 54th overnight. As we keep on climbing, reverse order. Our starters, the scores will get better and better. Down over that big triple bar. Come on, Conrad, into the base of it, but clears it well. And again, right in the underbelly of 3. But this horse is explosive and careful. And you understand why. Comme il faut. The father, come on, the damn sire. Comme il faut, as we've mentioned a couple of times, Marcus Enning's superb stallion, who himself was by Corner de Blensky, Marco Kuchar's mercurial but highly talented stallion, and Retina Z, Comme il faut's mother, Ludger Beerbaum's Barcelona Olympic champion back in '92. Come on, Conrad, I'm afraid. Falters. That Rainbow Oxer again caused a lot of problems yesterday. So far today hasn't caused a lot of bother, but then gets it all wrong at the Oxer. I'm afraid at 10. Right on the left flank. That was a real hit. Now, if Attila Lundgren can steady the ship, she's done very well. Well done as she comes down the treble. She will complete after giving me quite a scare. Good effort coming home, particularly with that triple after the difficult jump at 10. It is going to be 8 jumping and 2 time. Well done to Attila Lundgren completing. That is 10 for the Swedish pair to add. And 27.43 is the championship total for Attila Lundgren. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to our break. 3 to come back to back for Sweden at the end of that opening session. And as I say, we have another session before then the final team riders will start to come to battle for the gold, silver and bronze medals. It is so tight between Belgium, Ireland, Germany, Britain and Spain. We're going to have some very good individuals though to come in the next session. Grab yourselves a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and we will see you in 5 minutes. Yes, a huge final day for the young rider. European team title. Ladies and gentlemen, the young riders has got some incredible history. And just to update you, the Netherlands, or remind you certainly, the Netherlands are the defending champions. That was a 2019 home victory in Zuiderwolde's European Championships. But looking back over the years, there have been some extraordinary young rider European champions. Back in '94, in Mill Street in Ireland, saw Jeroen Doubledown claim the individual gold. Of course, Jeroen went on to be the only show jumper of all time to be Olympic champion. That was Sydney in 2000 with Zenit. He won the European Championships as well. And the world title, no less, all went to Jeroen Doubledown. And that year in Mill Street, another man you will be very familiar with, Christian Elman. Christian, four-time Olympian, and he was the silver medal winner back in '94. One of the most celebrated names of world show jumping. Other more recent champions include Nicola Philipparts. He won in 2011 in Comporta the individual title. Martin Fuchs won in Eibrisdorf in 2012. And Martin heading alongside Brian Balsinger. Brian, who won the Chamarin Young Rider individual title in 2017. They are half of the Swiss team, accompanying Steve Gerda, who didn't win the Young Riders, amazingly, going out to Tokyo. They'll be there now, getting ready. Opening day of the Olympics today. 2018 has seen a very good victory for Cedric Wolf. Again, a German individual victory. Guido Klatter, he won in 2016. Again, a German win in Mill Street in Ireland. And the defending individual champion, along with that Dutch team victory. Philippe Schulze, the top off, won with Concord S NRW. Last time in Zuiderwolde. Paloma Barcelo for Spain won the silver in the Netherlands. And Lars Kirsten, it was a Dutch team gold and an individual bronze for Lars Kirsten for the Netherlands. That is a potted history of the young riders. And the other man, interesting enough, Frank Schuttert. He won in 2013 in Verheer de la Frontera, the tallest figure in world show jumping. So the system really works. It propels the young riders. It gives them the experience, the mileage, and the team pressure feeling that then pays dividends as they go forward into the senior sports.
So let's restart the second competition, second round Nations Cup of FEI European Jumping Championship Young Riders. And we restart second part of this round with the Switzerland individual. The individual from Switzerland is coming to the arena. And she has at the moment 16.99 in the individual championship. It is Shirelle Chernus riding Obama do Soufflet. Competir individualmente Amazona Suíça, Shirelle Chernus monta Obama do Soufflet e traz até o momento.
Well, Switzerland won a superb team silver yesterday with their junior team on the podium in behind Belgium and ahead of Great Britain. And we welcome for Switzerland to resume the action. Shirelle Chernus will get us back underway. This is Obama du Soufflet this morning. This gelding, he is the son of Ogano Sit, very much premium stallion, and the dam sire here, Land Juvel Saint-Hubert. This horse co-owned by Hélène Oswald and Jean-Michel Oswald. Shirelle Chernus had an 8.99 from the opening table C. And a good round yesterday, couple of down. Out on this beefy Bernardo Costa Cabral course was very respectable. Opens up in a strong rhythm. Shirelle Chernus down to the Oxer at 3. A long way off it, but the bay powers out over it. Obama du Soufflet now down over the big blue ox. Foot in the water. Must have contacted that plasticine landing strip. Obama du Soufflet, little half turn, jink back to 9A and B. Both elements going. There's just no let up on this course. It starts strong with that related distance 3 to 4 and it ends really tough. This last quarter is just wall to wall power fences, technical fences. And Shirelle Chernus, it is her very first European Championships. I think looking back, she can be well pleased with her weekend in Vilamoura. Just the 2 fences down. It is a carbon copy score of yesterday. 8 for Obama du Soufflet and Shirelle Chernus. 24.99 is her total. Denmark's Maria Barnevits-Skau is out of the start positively. Sienna, the second, off to a good start here. This was her ride in Zuiderwolde. I have a suspicion. Penalty in the water. Must be. Sienna, the second, was 22nd in the juniors in Zuiderwolde, 5th with the Danish team as well. Poor. No chance they're going to touch the Rainbow Oxer. Just exploded and then very careful both behind and in front. And yes, does seem as though a penalty sadly awarded at the water. But it's a very good round here from Maria Barnevits. She's come with an attacking mindset to the course and it's paid off very well. Just that 1 foot in the water. Can't have a time penalty. Crosses the line. Well done. And looks absolutely delighted. Well done. Maria Barnevits-Skau comes home. Just the 1 foot in the water. Does not look at all bothered. Big improvement on yesterday's 3 fences down. Just 4 to add. And a completion score here at the Young Rider Europeans is 20.55. Well done.
Individualmente temos uma zona russa em pista, jovem cavaleira. Veronica Shakotarova monta Avelino de Cresta. Até o momento tem 16.45 no campeonato.
The new starter. This is the stunning jet black gelding. Started out the round yesterday and was impressive. Avelino de Cresta. It was 2 down and 2 time for Veronica Shakotarova yesterday, but I'm afraid just charges through the hand of Veronica into that vertical at 4. Very deep on takeoff. And again, I have my suspicions about the water. They've got to really land after that Oxer at 5 and then just pick up a strong rhythm. You've got to meet that water on a increasing canter stride in terms of power. If there's anything flat or dying about the canter, you will not clear it unless you're sat on a horse like It's Otto, Jeff Billington of former fame. Avelino de Cresta turning down towards the final line. And another one goes, sadly, for this lovely gelding. Veronica Shakotarova is going to come home for Russia.
Three down, 12 jumping faults for Veronica in a total of the championship until this moment, 28.
And the total for Veronica Shakotarova coming home. Avelino de Cresta, the Diamond Semi Casal gelding. It is 12 penalties out on Bernardo Costa Cabral's 150 track today. 12 to add and It is a total of 28.45 for the Russian pair. As we say, this is the final young rider team competition today. We'll come to those team riders in about another 12 to go. And we'll have then a 10-minute break before the crunch time of the Young Rider European Championships. Out on the course, this is the superb grey. Curious Friday is away. Apologies again for the caption hangover. This is Jenny Krogstad for Norway. Curious Friday is a Cardento Camaro M daughter. This horse produced by the Philipparts family. Their Dorperheide base just 5 kilometers or so away from Centaur Park in the heart of Belgium. Curious Friday had 3 fences down yesterday, but clear so far. And Jenny Krogstad is enjoying the trip on this expressive talent of a mare. Coming down the final line, eyes up, the treble perfectly. That was a very precise ride. Curious Friday comes home, and we have the opening clear of the Young Rider penultimate competition. Well done, Jenny Krogstad. Opens up. We have to wait 24 for the first clear, and there it is. Inside 75 seconds, and a completion score for Curious Friday is 16:21. Best score so far. Well done, Jenny Krogstad. This new pair out on the course. They are Young Rider European Championship debutants. It's their first championship as a pair. And Leah Fondovic-Syversen, it is her first competition as a rider at the European Championship level. Early mistake, sadly. Coming at 5, that Blue Ox. Kita Eplisier Vanta Tarvesho jumping. This combination is also quite new. They formed in mid-February of last year only. Rachel Steffen, Belgian jockey, produced this big chestnuts. And Leah Fondovic-Syversen. 2 down on the card now, travelling down to the home turn. They surprisingly only jumped 1 Grand Prix in that year and a half together. That was in Tonsberg. Grand Prix of October last year, 10th position. But they come relatively inexperienced, to my mind, to the European Championships. Last goes as well. And Leah Fondovic-Syversen completing. Kita Eplisier Vanta Tarvesho. 12 jumping and also 1 time penalty. 13 is a total for the pair there, completing for Norway. 13 to add, and 29.15 is the score that Leah Fondovic-Syversen likely will end here in Vilamoura with.
Number 26 of the starting list is Philippe Svitzer, riding a leader Nike from Sweden.
The new starter is off powerfully, Philippe Svitzer. This is the superb Alida Nikon course. She's a horse bred in Sweden. The mare, 11 years of age, Justenhoff crossed to NL Dato. Lena Svitzer owns this mare, and Philippe Svitzer is tackling this course fearlessly as we stand on, I think, just clear over the water. Alida Nike, halfway stage, Philippe Svitzer still right in command of this demanding 150 course. Very well out over the oxer now. Makes a deliberate, good turn into the combination. Has it down, sadly. Marginally close on takeoff, but he did everything right. Alida Nike now down to the final line. Philippe Svitzer. Yeah, chances his arm through the triple. Down to the final fence and comes across the line. It is a couple of fences down for Alida Nike. 8 penalties for Philippe Svitzer. 24-1-2 is his individual championship total. It's a good attacking round. I enjoyed watching it.
Competing individual for Norway, we have Mira Hoydell riding Bolebom Asha.
This lady jumped a very good round yesterday. Just one fence down and one time. 5 was the total. 9.87 was a fractionally disappointing Table C opening competition for Mira Oliver Hoydell on course here for Norway. Bolebom Asha is the new starter. Very good, clean start here in Vilamoura. This mare's got a very effortless jumping style. Just glides off the ground. Doesn't look massively scopy, but can just jump a big fence. That is the deceptive nature, but whatever her scope is, I'm afraid it is a bad takeoff distance at 7, and the Norwegian pair pay the price. She's only 9, and I must say, I think for a young horse with this kind of attitude, absolutely unflustered. It's a very exciting horse for Mira Oliver Hoydell to enjoy. Dignified Van to Sorgflit, cross to Air Jordan, the dam sire. And another one down into the treble, 2 falling on the home run. And it's a shame. I think just a case of a young horse. It's going to be the 3 fences down. Good effort. 13 with a 1 time for Bolebom Asha completing. Mira Oliver Hoydell. 13 to add to her 14.87. 27.87 is her Vilamoura FEI European Championship total.
Alessia riding Donson.
We are just into the last 10 to come before the team final round for the FEI Young Rider European Championships gets underway, and Alessia Arrigo Zazadze is out on the course here. This is the individual for Turkey. There were an impressive 20 nations that started this week. 16 nations bringing forward a team and lone competitors for Austria, Finland, Romania and Turkey. And Alessia makes her young rider debut this week as well. She was in Shamron with NCS Chicos Jr. back in 2017. That was 52nd. And Dawson, he's only again like a couple of the recent horses, just 9 years of age. So it's a young horse. Diamant de Semi across the Dollar de la Pierre, the gelding. Alessia Arrigo Zazadze turning down towards this bolt upright vertical entrance gate into this home line here. Treble very smoothly through. And it's a good performance, I tell you. Only 9 years of age and just powers out over the final fence. Alessia Arrigo Zazadze is going to have the 3 fences down, 12 jumping, and another one to fall the wrong side of the 75, second time, 13 jumping, and to add to her 14.46 score she brought into this round, it is 27.46 for the combination for Turkey.
Seguimos com a Grã-Bretanha, Great Britain, Robert Murphy riding high cross violet.
It's going to be a very exciting morning for Great Britain. They lie fourth in the team standing, 16.72. Jack Whittaker, Sienna Charles, Lily Atwood and Jodi Hall Mcateer. But this is the British individual we welcome. Robert Murphy, he got off to a very good start on the opening day, 5.12, 2 down and 1 time for 9 yesterday afternoon, 14.12. High Cross Violet is Elizabeth Jackson's 10-year-old mare. Now that is how to jump the water. Saw a perfect spot, picked it out of thin air. Robert Murphy, just that 1 down into the combination. This is his 7th Youth Europeans. He's had a great record. Team Silver, Juniors and Fontainebleau and Chammer in 2018, 2019. It's like a very cool horseman. And just the 1 down out on the course. High Cross Violet crosses the line. He's going to have 1 time as well, 5. And not only those 2 team silvers, 2 team bronzes in Aarhus and in Wiener Neustadt, 2016 and 2015. And he became the individual European champion in Arezzo, the Children on Horses Europeans of 2014. So Robert has got a great youth record. And his Young Rider campaign, completing with the 5, and that is a total for the British rider of 19.12 at the close of this penultimate individual competition. Switzerland's individual is off to a good start here. Jean Muller powers down this superb mare. Giovanna CB clear over the first 7 fences. Gilles' 4th European Championships. He makes his young rider debut here this week in Vilamoura. Comes down punchy, attacking approach into that very influential combination 9A, 9B. Pays off beautifully. This horse was his ride in Zuidewolde 2 years ago, 30th individually. Gilles Muller at the moment lying in 36th position. And I tell you, this is a very good round he's assembling to try and move further up the leaderboard. It's going to be inside the time he must be. And it's another clear round. Only the 2nd clear of the entire young rider field today. And Gilles Muller will stay on 12.28. And bearing in mind that 30th position finish in Zuidewolde, 36th coming into this round, and with the problems we know, only 2 clears after the first. Now 30 have jumped. 1 in 15 is the statistic. That does mean that Gilles Muller has got every chance of improving on his 30th position last time with Giovanna CB. Well done to the young man for Switzerland. Antonio Sotile makes a very good start to his round. Got quite close into that vertical at 7, but I'm afraid first blemish coming. The rainbow oxer at 8 and successive oxers and another one. What a shame. Great first half, but again, the second half is all there to jump. Antonio makes his European Championship debut here in Vilamoura again. It's a good effort. Lying 34th after the 2 rounds so far. At his first attempt at the Europeans. Another rail, though, sadly, down into the final line. So a real game of 2 halves for Antonio Sotile.
16 in total.
Completing.
Antonio in 74,
4 fences down. It is out on the course.
So in the individual championship,
Montana must sadly add 16 after that great start. It is going to be 28.06 for Montana completing the Montebellini Escudo the First mare. Antonio Sotile.
Starting list is Sara Vingralkova riding Cassini DC.
The Czech Republic had a very good junior team performance yesterday, finishing in 6th position in the juniors, and Sara Vingralkova. 2 to come it is back-to-back for the Czech. Sara gets away. This is Cassini DC jumping. He's 11 years of age. San Patriano Cassini crossed a Darko that Ludo Philippart famously piloted into 7th position individually in the Barcelona Olympics back in '92. The great Darko. Sara had a great opening day, 3.87. She had 2 down yesterday around this Bernardo Costa Cabral track. It is again her first Young Rider Europeans. She has a new championship partner in Cassini DC. It was Lamour she took to Zuiderwolde's juniors 2 years ago. But her best individual finish came the first of her 3 Europeans in Chamarin. That was 22nd in Slovakia back in 2017. Cassini DC was jumping a very good round down to the treble. I'm pretty sure that was the first mistake. And yes, just that late mistake for Sara Vingralkova. Super efforts.
15.87 points.
Just the 4 to add. It will put her onto 15.87.
Again, Czech Republic through
just dropping down a couple of places in the final analysis. Four more to come, ladies and gentlemen, before the 10-minute interval, before this fascinating young rider team battle is going to climax. Linda Portachova is on course, and Linda, 6.16 was her opening table C score. It was Jodi Hall Mcateer who led that opening competition. It was so sad to see the problems for Jodi Hall yesterday. She plummeted from first down into something like 46th position. With 4 down was a really hard round to watch. The scores we give you from that opening competition is the time differential between their time and Jodi Hall Mcateer's time. Coefficient of 0.5 multiplied. Felino is away well here. Dutch mare, she's 11. Pavlina Portachova's KWPN mare. Love her build. She's elegant, athletic, but I'm afraid into the combination for this exciting Felino. Linda Portachova just has to make a late adjustment down through the treble. But it is just going to be that one mistake. It's a very good round again. Impressive. Just the boxer into the double. 9A is the one mistake. And all the more impressive because Linda Portachova is also a young rider debutante. So first Europeans of any nature. And that is a very good round. Just the late mistake, 4 to add, and 15.16 is the Czech score. Exciting to see how again, Linda's career developed because she's a great rider, and that is a very nice
Correction, it's
11-year-old mare.
Sweden is Selma Armstrong and Sweet.
Selma Hammerstrom is our new starter. Selma, again, young rider debut, 3 pony Europeans, Mill Street Malmö and Aarhus, and then the double juniors, Mill Street again in 2017 and Fontainebleau 2018. But the crucial point is that they were all European eventing championships, so she's changed totally to show jumping. Very good eventer she was. I was there in Malmö back in 2015 for the ponies, where she was 7th with Sligo Fortunas, her best individual finish. Team bronze as well. Selma Hammerstrom has seed very well down to the last quarter of the course here. The last Grand Prix was in Hagen, 31st individually over 145. And just the one down for seed and Selma Hammerstrom. Another one goes, sadly. Oxa, mid part of the final triple, and the last goes as well. So again, that final line stamps a red mark on the Swedish card. It is going to be 12 to add. And Selma Hammerstrom, 23.71 is her championship score, but impressive how she's turned her very versatile hand from eventing to show jumping, like of course Peter Fredriksson has done with uber success. And Mikael Jung, he goes to Tokyo to try and claim the 3 gold medals in succession, London, Rio and Tokyo. And Mikael Jung, well, he won the 2-star Grand Prix 3 weeks ago in Saint-Tropez at upside jumping Grimaud to again just prove what a great show jumper he is becoming. 2 more to come. Sarah Brion jumped a very good round yesterday for just the 1 down. 4x2 Z is jumping. This the Canaan 10-year-old mare. She's a superb jumper. Gets very close to the water. I have my suspicions. Sarah Brion now tracking down to the influential double. The water was okay, but the Oxa in, like Linda Portachova a minute ago, falters. Sarah Brion, again, her young rider debut. Best finish individually was in Malmö, 4 Europeans prior to Vilamoura. That was 16th in Sweden back in 2015. It's a super horse. I love watching 4x2 Z jumping. And the little mare comes home. Sarah Brion proving her colours at the young rider level. And it is going to be, yes, the 8th for 4x2 Z, living up to her name. Sadly, because that horse, she can jump clear round after clear round, I think. But it's a good couple of team rounds for Sarah Brion. Yes, an individual. It's going to be 8 to add, and 18.3 is the French total thus far.
And the last individual competing individual for this European Jumping Championship. We have.
Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the very last of the session before the 10-minute break to set us up perfectly for the young rider team final round to come. And now it's an opportune moment to cast our mind to the individual standings, because Egor Shipwreck delivered one of only 6 clear rounds yesterday. Immaculate he was with Cornet Spirits. And individually he lies in 9th position, so right on the cusp of the podium. He's literally 2.7 behind Emily Conter. Bronze medal individually for Emily. Belento CS on 3.14. So we focus it closely on Egor Shipwreck, and he just balloons out over the water. Cornet Spirit is so scopy. Again, no surprise. Cornet Blensky, his father. Conair, the dam sire. And Egor Shipwreck is keeping himself very much in the individual medal hunt here. This horse is remarkable. Just so scopy. Powers out over 10. Egor Shipwreck, ladies and gentlemen, delivers a pair of clear rounds. That was brilliant. The Russian pair are looking razor sharp to come back for the young rider individual final on Sunday afternoon. They will be 9th and no lower. 5.83 is the Russian total. And I tell you, if that kind of performance can be replicated, they can enjoy a rest day tomorrow. Egor Shipwreck is going to be putting serious pressure on the individual medal podium. Well done. It is a clear round to complete the session. We take now a 10-minute break and do have a little wander, stretch your legs, put the kettle on, do what you need to do, because the top 10 teams, they are separated by not a lot. It is literally one fence that covers the top 4 teams: Belgium, Ireland, Germany and Great Britain. The battle is bubbling. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Thank you for watching. So, welcome back, everybody. The scene is set. We are very excited to bring you this conclusion to the Young Rider European Championships team competition. This, the Identical Nations Cup second and final round, unless, of course, there is a jump off. But because of the table C, where that time differential comes into play, there is very much no chance of a jump off because of the already differences in the scores. And just to remind you, the team position could not be any tighter. You're seeing the scores ticking over on the left side of your picture, but just to remind you, Belgium are in the gold medal position overnight, 13.35. They won the junior team title yesterday, and Rick de Reet's quartet trying to give Belgium a pair of victories, young rider and junior titles. They lead Ireland, and it's a narrow lead. It's not a fence. There is a fence covering the top four, and it is just 2.21 that separates Ireland and Belgium. Ireland 15.56 in the silver. Then comes Germany, 16.36 on the bronze medal podium as we stand, and Great Britain trying to add to their superb team bronze of yesterday in the juniors, lying in fourth position, 16.72, and as I say, one fence covers Great Britain to Belgium, the top four placings. Then comes Spain, and Spain are also very much in the bronze medal pursuit, 18.67, and that is just 2.31, the difference between Spain and Germany in the bronze. So as you see, a Spanish bronze is not out of the question. They won the junior team gold last time in 2019. Then comes France, and they, I think, could be a nation to watch. 22.03 in sixth position. The reigning champions, the Netherlands, 24.14 in seventh. Then Italy, eighth, Hungary, ninth, and Denmark in 10th position. We jump as ever in reverse order. 40 it is to come, 4 for each of our 10 teams. And we welcome the Trailblazer to get to the final round of the Team Young Rider Europeans at the FEI European Championships underway. Denmark's Theodore Linda will start the action. The Danish team, 40.17. And if you're new to show jumping, 4 combinations for each of our teams nominated by the chef to keep after the opening competition. There is 1 discard score allowed, so the 3 best scores will count towards the final team totals. Theodore Linda, I'm afraid, early mistake coming at 3. This is salted and now of HDC. The HDC is the Haga de Coudrettes suffix, the French stable. Salto de Nav was also very close to the water, and I'm afraid the vertical goes again at 7. I said I'm afraid a lot yesterday, and that is because of the demands of Bernardo da Costa, or Bernardo Costa Cabral's course. Bernardo has set a tough track, a fair test, but it's a true championship test, no question. And Theodore Linda is making heavy weather of the course. Salto de Nav turning down to the final line. Hampered. The Danes will discard this score. Down the final line and over the oxer, the beefy oxer that lies at 13. And it is going to be 20 jumping, 5 fences, hitting the Algarve sand, I'm afraid. 1 time as well, 21 it is for Theodore Linda. His individual total, we must of course continue the individual tallies with the Young Rider final to come on Sunday individually. 21 to add, and the total is 35.75 for Theodore Linda. But 21 is the Danish opening score, and as I say, they will hope to discard that.
The moment has 29.17 points. So the first rider of the team.
This man has been impressing all week. Vince Jami getting underway. 6.07 on the opening day. He had 1 down and 1 time yesterday. 5. This is JB Coronor getting underway. Vince Jami starting for the Hungarian team that lie overnight in 9th position. They have a very good clearance over the Danes. 11 penalties exactly 29.17 as opposed to 40.17 coming into today. Vince Jarmy is a exciting rider. He jumped recently in the semi-finals of the new EEF Nations Cup Series, the semis in Budapest at home in Hungary. Those finals coming up on Sunday from Warsaw. Superb new EEF Nations Cup Series that is really pushing the likes of Hungary and other not top flight nations but forward in the sport. And Vince Jarmy, okay, he has the last down, but this man is going to arrive on the senior world scene. Just that one mistake. This man was part of the Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires for Team Silver. And quite extraordinary, his 8th European Championships is here in Vilamoura. Just that last fence for Vince Jarmy, so unlucky. He was in Zuiderwolde with Zeus. And 4 penalties for Vince, then JB Coronor. He adds the 4:15.07 is his individual total. And Hungary team campaign is off to a good enough start.
So the next, it is the Netherlands, chef d'équipe. Italy is next to it, chef d'équipe Marco Bergomi. Mr. Marco Bergomi is the chef d'équipe of Italy. So the first combination and doing the course is Alessandra Bonafazi riding Intrigo RS.
This horse has got power written all over him. Intrigo RS is off to a good start here. Alessandra Bonafazi, trailblazer for the Italians. They lie in 8th position overnight after yesterday's Opening Nations Cup round. Intrigo RS has started very nicely. Alessandra Bonafazi, her first Young Rider European. She was in Fontainebleau's Juniors of 2018 with this very same horse. Intrigo rattles down to 9AB. Just the one early mistake on the Italian card. It's a strong team. Elena Datty will come. Francesco Corredo, Necofix will anchor the Italians. They had a super clear round with just 2 time yesterday. And Alessandra Bonafazi is going to come down to the last fence, and it's another very solid performance at her first Young Rider Europeans. Just one down. Alessandra, 21 years of age, and it is going to be 1 time again today with the 4 jumping. 5 for Intrigo RS and the total 14.32. 5 for the opening gambit for the Italian team.
First combination.
We get underway with the defending champions, the team that won in Zuiderwolde on home turf back in 2019. Mel Tyson will trailblaze for the Dutch. 24.14, their score coming into this final team round, lying in 7th position overnight. And they must make up 8 penalties if they were to knock Germany off the bronze medal podium. Britain, Spain and France in between them and Germany as we stand. Mel Tyson is away. 1 down yesterday only for Catalana, this catapult Lando daughter. 3.48 was a good opening day's work as well, but Mel Tyson, I'm afraid, gets a penalty at the water and certainly gets a penalty at 7. Potentially, Mel Tyson carrying the 8 penalties. And now, looks like it is 12, so the Dutch are going to very much hope to discard their trailblazer score. Mel Tyson, homebound, young rider debutant this week. 3 juniors. Zuiderwolde, Fontainebleau and Chamarin. And Catalana jumps clean through that final line. But I think it is going to be 12 penalties. Yes, confirmation. And disappointed, Mel Tyson, sad to see. Understandably. Her lovely catapult daughter has the 3 mistakes. 12 it is, and the Dutch have got to rely on Tom Schelleken's Mans Tyson and Skye Morsinkoff, the 3 still to start, if they are to make an improvement. But I'm afraid a team medal looking unlikely for the defending champions. Now France lie less than 6 penalties behind Germany in team bronze. They lie in 6th position overnight, and Jeanne Sadron gets underway. Jumped a beautiful round yesterday with this big San Patriano Corrado Papillon Rouge stallion. Unforgettable Danville is on course for Jeanne Sadron. Still only 19 years of age and already world number 293. She's coming close to the water. We'll have to await our grand jury at the water's verdict. First young rider European. She was 20th with this horse in Zuiderwolde 2 years ago. Jeanne Sadron looks to be unpenalised at the water. So now the French challenge is intact. 5 to jump. This horse has got all of the power if they can get the stride they want into this triple to jump through it clear. And Jeanne Sadron is, oh no, unlucky out of the combination. Super round again. And the same result as yesterday. Very strong. Inside time, it is a full falter in both of the team rounds for Jeanne Sadron. Jumped her first 5-star Grand Prix last summer at Upside Jumping Grimaud Golf de Saint-Tropez. And she is coming. 4 penalties it is, alongside Vince Jarmy. Best rounds of the team concluder so far. Jeanne individually still keeps herself in touch. 11.38 is the French total. Now we come to the team that lie in 5th position and poised just off the podium. 18.67 for Spain, as opposed to Germany, 16.36, Ireland, 15.56, so within 3 of the Irish in silver. And just 5 penalties behind Belgium, our leader, so right in the team hunt. Spain is on course, and this man was brilliant yesterday. He had just 1 time, but I'm afraid it's 1 down today. Soraya Rouge falters early. 15 years of age, this mare, Ultimo van der Mood, crossed the first bride. Sees a super stride, this little left-handed bowed line between 5, 6 and 7. The Spanish were so good yesterday. They were superstars in this opening round, and that is why they are knocking on the medal cabinet. Carlos Lange-Frail. I have concerns about the time again, but it's been a very good round until that point. Just crumbles in the air, down over the Oxa. And that is going to be the second mistake for Carlos. 8 jumping certainly, and yes, it's going to be 1 time as well. 9 is the opening score for the Spanish. They have got to rely on their 3 to come if they are going to claim a team medal. 9 to add, and his individual tally goes on to 15.32.
And now it's Great Britain.
16.72 for Tony Newbury's British team, the score they bring into this young rider team conclusion. And Jodi Hall Mcateer, she led after day one, brilliant with Kimosa Van Het. Kritrahov had a tough round yesterday, 16 it was. 4 down out on Bernardo Costa Cabral's course, and I'm afraid the same fence we've just seen fall a moment ago. That Oxa. Jodi Hall Mcateer, big stride fearlessly down to the water. Just keeps on in a very strong positive rhythm, down clear over 7. But another Oxa going. 2 more, so Jodi Hall Mcateer's difficulties continuing here as Kimosa Van Het, Kritrahov down the final line. Yeah, 12 on the card once again, and the Oxers are their downfall, coming over the final fence. Sad to see after that superb opening day performance, but it is 12, I am afraid, for Kimosa Van Het, Kritrahov and Jodi Hall Mcateer. And 28 is their individual total, and Britain are off to the start they did not want. They've got to hope to discard that 12 to have any chance of putting pressure on Germany, Ireland and Belgium.
Mr. Peter Joven at the moment has team Germany has 16.36 points, and the first combination from the team Germany is Enrique Ostermann riding Air Force 119.
So the tale of the first round of this team final is faltering starts for all of our nations so far. Yet to have a team clear as we now close down on the podium. Germany, Peter Teuven's quartet lying in bronze medal position overnight. And 16.36 is the German total. Enrique Ostermann is a European Championship debutant. She's off to a very good start here, Air Force 1. Powerfully down to the water. Pretty sure jumped it as well. Just one down out on the course yesterday. Arpeggio cross to Conterno Grande, owned by Henrike and Egbert Ostermann. And they look to have kept up a bright pace as well. So I'm not afraid about a time penalty for Germany's trailblazers. Henrike Ostermann makes a very accurate turn, but it doesn't pay off at the vertical. I thought she rode the perfect line and turn into that fence 5 from home, but it goes. So this team competition is still wide open. Nobody stamped their authority yet. And it is, there was a foot in the water, I think, as well. 8 it is for Germany's trailblazer. It's a nervy start to this young rider final round.
E passamos para a Irlanda. Ireland is next. Chef d'equipe Liam Buckley. And Ireland has at the moment 15.56 points in the Nations Cup. So the first combination for Ireland is Jack Ryan and BBS McGregor.
Jack Ryan rides a very cool first 5 fences here in Vilamoura. The Irish team sitting poised at 15.56. Team Silver. Jack is at his very first young riders, but he's got an incredible youth record. 7 youth championships coming into Vilamoura. This is his 8th. Team Bronze is coming. The last 2 of those championships. Zuidwolde and Fontainebleau and BBS McGregor. to jump the first clear of the team concluder. Jack Ryan, superbly off the corner. This horse he rode the World Young Horse Champs in Lanarken in 2018 for 39th position in Belgium. And Jack Ryan has jumped an absolutely superb round. What a start for Ireland, with the likes of Sean Monaghan, Harry Allen and Shane, Jason Foley to come. That is a great start. Keeps Ireland well ahead of Germany, who had the 8 for Enrique Ostermann. Of course, they can try and discard that score, but Ireland are off to the flying start they dreamed of. 9 out of the 10 of this first rider rotation have jumped in the first clear for Jack Ryan. 1 down for each of Hungary, Vince Jarmy and Jean Sadron for France. The other 2 good rounds. 1 down, 1 time for the Trailblazer for Italy in this very tight team conclusion. As out on the course, the Trailblazer for the team lying in the gold medal position, 13.35 for Belgium. Thibo Spits is away very well, 1.14 from the opening day. He had just 1 down yesterday, and starting on 5.14 individually. Belgium enjoy a narrow advantage. 2.21 is the fraction that they hold ahead of Ireland into this final round. Apologies for the caption, again, hungover. Thibo Spits beautifully through the double 9A, 9B. And now back to the final line, just puts the grey back onto his hindquarters, down into this treble. Wavers a little bit on the turn, but it is secure. And Thibo Spits is going to deliver a superb round to get the Belgian charge underway. Just waiting for confirmation, but it looks like no. There was a fence down. I must apologise, I missed that and I was watching fairly closely. I'm assuming where Thibo is looking at the water. That was the one mistake. And that does mean that advantage Ireland with Jack Ryan's clear. Thibo Spits, we believe, had a foot in the water. And that is the 4 penalties for the very first out for Belgium. Again, they hope to discard that score to still claim the team gold. Things will become clearer. Now we go to the second rider rotation. And Laura Baron-Kiergaard gets underway this Fidelius G jumping. 11 years of age, 4 edition, crossed a Grand Royal, and a good start here for Laura Baron-Kiergaard. Well, there's absolutely no question that the Dane jumped the water, but no. Just came on that big distance. They just jumped the water, stood right off it, and then the canter just kept bowling down to the vertical. And I'm very sad to see they totally missed their takeoff point, and it is going to be elimination. What a shame for the Dane. And that does mean that they will have to carry Theodore Linda's 21, their opening score, with 2 more to come. So that puts the Danes in all sorts of bother. And how quickly things can uncouple at the top end of world show jumping. Just came down, I suppose, in hindsight, you could say on a bit of a wing and a prayer, because just didn't collect the canter back. I guess she just trusted the stride she was on. And that is sad to see for Laura Baron-Kiergaard. Rider up on her feet immediately, but it's elimination. Hungary's second man to get underway after the great start from Vince Jarmy with just the 1 down. Impressive young team this is, that is going to again come to the forefront of world show jumping, I think, over the next decade. if they can get the horsepower. Peter Juhai is on course. This is Tanya. German mare, she's 14. Leroy Emil crossed to Valdus. Peter owns this black mare himself, but no, the water, I'm afraid, is causing havoc. Well, they got the water wrong, but then at least they were precise on takeoff to that pink vertical at 7. Peter Juhai is accurate through 9A and B. It's another very accurate horseman. Good turn off the corner, and then, yeah, really sees a stride out of that tight turn. Back to 11, down the final line. And it's another very solid round for Hungary. Tanya comes home. It is just that one mistake for Peter Juhai again. That foot in the water. The water causing all of the problems. At 6 at the moment, that is his young rider debut. Rounding out, Peter Juhai will add the 4 penalties. And Hungary have got off to a good start. Vince Charmy and Peter Juhai with 4 apiece. This is the stunning Italian mare. Nebbia della Schiave gets away. This is a real talent in terms of equine power, and Elena Datty in the saddle. They start with 15.86 after the 2 competitions prior to today's team final. 44th position, they lay in overnight, just 1 down and 1 time on this identical course yesterday afternoon. They jumped the water securely. Bitless bridle, the hackamore for Elena Datty. This mare looks to be independent, just likes to carry her head in her own manner. But sadly, Rainbow Oxer again off the corner. Just 1 mistake so far. Elena Datty trying to, equal or better the Trailblazer score. Alessandra Bonafazi, no, won't do that sadly. Vertical on the home run. I think that as we go on today is going to cause more and more influence as the pressure mounts, and just turning for home, there's going to be a little additional shot of adrenaline into our riders' veins, and it is going to be
obstacles, faults in 2 obstacles, and 2 for time, 10 in total.
Just a 2 down, 8 jumping. Elena Datty with 2 time, however, as well. 10 it is for her, individually 25.86. And Italy will hope to discard that score. They've got the 5 of Alessandra Bonafazi and the 10 of Elena Datty.
Netherlands in the arena, Tom Shellikens riding Fierabo.
The defending champions have got some serious work to do. They need to discard the 12 of Mel Tyson and Catalano, their Trailblazers. 3 more to come to try and mount their 2021 defence of their title. That is looking unlikely, but still, with problems for Germany, Britain, Spain, France are the challengers for the bronze medal that Germany occupied coming in. That great round of Jean Sadron, but work to do here. Tom Shellikens, we welcome. 9.91 his start score, lying 26th individually. And this is the Diarado daughter, Fierabo, jumping. 11 years of age, this powerful mare. Tom Shellikens makes a very secure start, puts his foot to the throttle, down to the water. But yes, took charge of the approach into the vertical at 7, despite having attacked that big open water complex. Fierabo clear, down now to the combination 9A and B. Just flattens out over the vertical, exiting the penultimate combination. The defending champions, I'm afraid, are looking like distant shots for a team medal. Tom Schelekens at his second Young Riders. He was part of that team gold with Cassander in Zuidewolde 2 years ago. And the last goes as well. So frustration for the opening 2 rounds for the Dutch.
Tom and Fiera by Chepik fault 72, 68, 72 seconds.
It is the 8 and the Dutch will have to carry that 8.
Tom and
it's going to mean, as you see, 32.14 is the best score that they can hope for. That is assuming Mel Tyson and Skye Morsinkoff jump clears.
Up to you.
The next to come, Rodrigo trying to capitalise on the good 4-faulter. Just the one clear Jack Ryan in the first rider rotation. Rodrigo GFE up to you is on course. Ramatu 9.51 individually. Overnight 25th position. But now the French team needs this superb talent. Total feel horsewoman. She's got a great eye, great instinct on the top of the horse. And Ramatu runs down to the water. Questionable whether she's cleared that plasticine strip or not. I have, again, a concern. Super secure turn back to 8. Important to then get the right-handed turn directly into 9A and B. The water looks to be clear. Not yet declared by our ground juror at the water. So Ramatu Rodrigo sitting on a superb clear. Down now, 4 to go. Oh, this is a wonderful round. She deserved a clear yesterday. She had 1 fence down. And Ramatu Rodrigo crosses the line. And yes, superb reaction. I'm a massive fan. So excited to see where this lady's career can go. And that is the clear round she rightly deserved. And France moving on very strongly. Team bronze is not out of the question. The pressure goes on the 5 nations that lie ahead of the French. Does mean that if the remaining 2 riders for France can deliver clears as well, France would finish on 22.03. That would be 6 penalties only behind the current score for Germany. But of course, they've also got to jump 3 clears from this point on with the 8 for Enrique Ostermann. Britain having trouble. They've got to jump 3 clears as well. And the pressure goes straight on to Spain. New starter, Nerea Garay Gordobel Marrero gets underway. I better be careful with my pronunciation. Datina is on course. This mare was wonderful yesterday. Jumped to clear with 1 time. She's got a style all of her own, but it is deadly effective. Yukato in Doctro. Datina chases down to the water. Again, close to the landing strip. Well, just like Ramatu Rodrigo, not penalised at the water, so the Spanish card is intact. Nerea at her second Young Rider. She was in Zuidewolde with Datina. 53rd individually, so this is a marked improvement. 21st overnight individually. And Spain are going to jump a super round. Inside time, no. Outside the time. It is going to be 1 time penalty. It is a carbon copy of yesterday's 1 time. But Spain keep their nose ahead of the French in this team battle that is bubbling up beautifully here in Vilamoura. Great clear. 1 to add individually, 9.56. It's going to keep Nerea Garagodobo Marrero right in touch. Well, sit back and enjoy this round, because if this pair are in the same form as yesterday, this will be electrifyingly good. We welcome Lily Atwood getting underway. This is Caribou Horta. 11 years of age, was the round of the 6 clears for me yesterday. Just started attacking and it just did not relent. Lily Atwood trying to make amends for the British team here. Needs a clear badly, Britain. .72 is the potential finish score for Britain if clear rounds can come. Caribou Horta breaks on again like yesterday before that vertical after an attacking right at the water. Lily Atwood still clear. Down to this influential 9A and B, and both parts go. So Britain's challenge, I'm afraid, falls on stony ground. It all, of course, depends on Germany, Ireland and Belgium, but it is going to be 8 to add regardless of what Sienna Charles and Jack Whittaker can do. Lily Atwood, it's another brave performance, but both parts of the combination are the penalties. It is 8 for Caribou Horta. Britain can at best now finish on 24.72. Does mean, I think, that Spain and France are yapping on British heels. And of course, Britain in 4th place after yesterday's opener. Good effort from Lily Atwood in any case, and 8 it is to add. The total for Caribou Horta individually 10.05.
Riding Shakira.
We have 3 more to come in this final team round here in Vilamoura before the final break of this team decider. Senka Fallenberg is on course now for Germany. Now they need to discard that 8 of Enrique Ostermann badly. And this is the beautiful Czechera TF NRW Westphalian mare. Congress the 4th cross to Bormio, the full-blood dam sire. Elegant, scopy, close to the water. Regardless, we'll have to wait again the judges' verdicts. Senka Fallenberg off the turn. Jack Ryan jumped that. Lone clear. Ireland putting pressure on Belgium. Senka Fallenberg now turns for home. I'm still unclear as to the fate at the water. And Senka just runs down, aware of time, but sadly, just taking out the in part of the treble, just chasing for the time down that final line, and it's certainly 4, if not 8.
One fence down for faults,
just that one mistake. We can now confirm final line for Senka Fallenberg, so the German challenge falters slightly, certainly in terms of a gold for Germany, because they must add 4, and 20.36 is the best finish that Germany can achieve, and that is assuming clears for Hannes Elman and Mattis Westerned, who is the individual gold medal leader at the moment. Two more to come before the break, and Ireland, that superb lone clear in the first rider rotation for Jack Ryan, have put them into a powerful position. They lay only 2.21 penalties in any case behind Belgium. Thibo Spits with the 1-4 falter, of course, both, well, that round can be discarded. They can count the Irish Jack Ryan naturally. Sean Monaghan is away. This is Dalvaro out on the course, penultimate of this session. 13 years of age, Calvaro FC crossed to Glendale. Sean Monaghan, right. aggressively down to the water and picks up in time to clear the vertical. 6 and 7 halfway through. Still clear. D'Alvaro just turning to this ever-demanding double. In and out securely. And 5 fences to go here. To my eye, he still must be clear. Makes a steady, deliberate turn. I hope time's okay because it's tight at the top. This horse can cover ground. Eats ground for breakfast. And it is clear for Sean Monaghan. No, the last goes out of the triple. Coming home for D'Alvaro. Oh, what a frustrating final pair of fences. They both fall. Island, though, can hope to discard that with Harry Allen and Jason Foley both still to start. Sean Monaghan after a brilliant round. Both the final fences, I'm afraid, are taken out by D'Alvaro. 8 it is, and individually frustrating as well. 15.18 is Sean Monaghan's individual total. This team battle is still absolutely wide open. We have no clear picture. We'll tally up the scores for you after this final of the session and give you the team impression into the second and final half of the Nations Cup. Now, this lady comes to an absolutely crucial round for her, both individually and for the Belgian team, because Emily Conter, third place overnight individually, 3.14. Right in touch. Individual bronze, and Belgium badly need a clear here. After the 4 for Thibo Spits. But all of the top teams faltering, so Belgium can still afford a less than perfect round and still dream of a team goal, but of course that is not the plan A, and Emily Conter is off to a great start here. Sees a super stride out of the corner and out over 8. Balento CS now is pricked, very focused down, 9A, B. Superb clear on yesterday, and Emily Conter has got 4 fences remaining to put Belgium and herself into a dream position. As we go forward here in Vilamoura, no, the last fence goes. That was not in the script at all. Emily Conter got so close to jumping a crucial clear round at her debut Young Riders. But I'm afraid the final fence goes inside the time. Emily moving on to 7.14. And Belgium have got to carry the 4 penalties into the second and final half of the team competition. I'll take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. I will analyse the team position for you, and I'll be back in just a moment to give you the updated leaderboard into the final of this team competition. Thank you for watching. From myself, Ed Holloway. We'll see you in just a few minutes' time. So a quick update for you before you can have a short break here. We have 5 minutes until the team competition for the FEI European Young Rider Championships completes here in Vilamoura, and the position is as follows. It is Ireland who are up into gold medal position with that great clear from Jack Ryan. They hope to discard the 8 of Sean Monaghan. As we take an eagle-eye view briefly of the course, they jump Ireland 15.56, sitting in the gold medal position. Dropping out of gold into silver, the halfway stage, 17.35 is the score for Belgium. Then, the benefactors of that great one-time penalty is Spain, because 19.67 has the Spanish in bronze as we sit. And then it's Germany in 4th place, 20.36. And 5th place, France have moved up a position, 22.03. Britain have dropped down into 6th position, 24.72. 7th place is Italy, 29.73. 8th position is the Netherlands, the defending champions, 32.14. 9th is Hungary, 33.17. And Denmark, sadly, with that elimination, 61.17, having to carry the 21 penalties of Theodore Linda. So that is the position. And reversal on the podium. Ireland nipping ahead of Belgium. And they will need 2 clears from Harry Allen and Jason Foley for Ireland to become the Young Rider European Team Champions. All coming up. And we'll take a quick break from the action. Our course team get things set for the conclusion of the Young Rider Team Championships. So yes, we certainly hope you are ready as we deliver the conclusion to the Young Rider European Team Championships here in Vilamoura for 2021. And as we say, all change at the top because of Jack Ryan's wonderful lone clear of the entire competition alongside Ramos and Rodrigo. They are the 2 clears only for Ireland and France. It does mean that Ireland are in the gold medal position, 15.56. If Harry Allen and Jason Foley can deliver clears, is the Irish finishing total. Belgium drop from gold to silver because they have to carry 4 penalties. 17.35 is the best score for Belgium. Then the big move up the leaderboard. They've gone from 5th before the competition this morning up into bronze is Spain. That is 19.67. They can carry the one-time penalty only. And Spain moving ahead of Germany. Germany dropping from bronze to 4th. 20.36, carrying the 4 penalties of Senka Fallenberg. 5th place. So again, France moving up 1 position. 22.03 with that crucial clear of Ramatou Rodrigo.
Retomando
Then we look for sixth, and that is Great Britain, 24.72. Italy, seventh, 29.73, carrying the 5 of Alessandra Bonafazi. Eighth place, the Netherlands, the defending champions, 32.14 for them, and Hungary, 9.33.17. Denmark are back markers, and they have that big 61.17, frustratingly. The second and final half, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. 20 to come, and the battle is red hot for the team gold this afternoon here in Vilamoura. Philippa Wolfgang Linda will get the action started. Her score individually is still chasing down a final place, 35th position overnight, 12.21. As Cara of Green Hill Z looks absolutely ready to jump for his life out on the course of Bernardo Costa Cabral. Well, it's a superb round to reopen the action. The last fence going for Philippa Wolfgang Linda. Just confirm that score for you in a moment.
It is a total of 9.
One down was the
One was for
early mistake, and one time as well. 8 jumping and 1. 9 it is to get the action restarted. Cara of Green Hill Z will add 9, and 21. 21 is the total for the Danes.
76 segundos, 75 centésimos.
That is the checkered picture, I'm afraid, for the Danish team here in Vilamoura. Sad to see the fate for the nation that next year will bring us the Echo World Championships from Herning. 4 disciplines coming, and that will be much to look forward to in 2022. Now, on course, apologies again, the caption is not keeping up with the action as we welcome Alice Aslatics away for Hungary. After the first now 57 of jump, we have only the 3 clear rounds. We have 2 with 1 time penalty. The clears for Jack Ryan, Ramatou Rodrigo and Gilles Muller thus far. Concordia HB runs down clear over 8. 11 years of age. Cassini the second, crossed to Rolls Royce here, this mare. The Hungarians have started very well. 4 for each of Vince Jarmy and Peter Schuhai. First half of this Nations Cup. Alice Aslatics had to put the brake on firmly down to that vertical at 11. But then well through the treble. And it's a very good round. Hungary continue their super progress here in Vilamoura. And they get the clear that I thought must come at some point. They have been so consistent. And Alice Aslatics, Concordia HB, individually keep in the hunt. They had to have the 9 yesterday, and 19.2 is their score. They take forward into the final if they can come back for Sunday afternoon's individual conclusion. Clear it is, and that means that Hungary can dream to stay on 33.17 if their final rider can deliver a clear. The third of this last half of the Young Rider European team competition gets underway. Martina Giordano, we welcome. This is number 59, Anzefre de Ile. This, the son of Kashmir van Shudasov, crossed to Pamfi the stallion. He's 13 years of age. He's owned by the All-Star and the Allevamento Golden Boom. Martina jumped a superb round yesterday with just one time clear jumping. And she is not out of the individual competition by any stretch of the imagination. 8.43, lies 19th thus far. Martina Giordano is off to a good enough start here for Italy. The Italians have to carry the 4 of Alessandra Bonafazi. They can at best finish on 29.73 with the scores of Martina and Francesco Corredo both still to come. Late mistake. Top of that vertical. It's ridden better than I anticipated at 11. It's very hard off that turn for home, and I'm afraid Martina Giordano has trouble down the final line. 2 fences falling on the home journey.
15 over the fences and 1 for time. 17 in total, 77 seconds.
And a frustrated Martina Giordano because it is 4 fences down in total. 16 jumping and 1 times 17. That will hopefully be the discard score for Italy. Does mean their team chances suffer. They'll have to include 15. And it does mean their best score is 39.73. Just as an addition to the individual picture, because this is the penultimate individual round. They come back on Sunday. It will be 5:30 here, Western European summertime, that young rider individual conclusion. And I can tell you there will be between 15 and 30 that will come back. Not less than 15 and not more than 30. 2 rounds it is for the young rider individual final, so we keep our eye as well on this developing individual battle. The young German is leading. That's a superb effort from Mattis Westerned, up 1.45. The best individual score so far. Mattis Tyson gets away. The Dutch, the defending champions, struggling with the 8 from Tom Schellekens, the counting score. Mattis Tyson, hello on course. They had 1 down yesterday, 4 penalties. 8.2 is their individual total. One early rail for Mattis Tyson. Coming down to this vertical off the corner. Time proving tight, so you can't be too conservative with your turn to that vertical before the home line starts. Hello jumps beautifully through that treble and crosses the line.
And it's 4
just the one early mistake for Mattis Tyson.
97 for Mattis Tyson and hello. 4 pontos em 70.
The Dutch will carry that score as well. We'll put them on to 36.14, and that is assuming a clear for last to jump, the anchor lady Skye Morsinkoff, for the defending champions.
E já está a iniciar o seu percurso na zona francesa.
Well, France have moved up into 5th position, courtesy of that great clear from Ramos Rodrigo. It was beautiful. And a good old-fashioned kick in the guts for Janelle Larson before that big triple bar, understandably, from Leona Marmiot-Baron jumping. Janelle Larson has got off to a good start here. France can still hope to finish on 22.03. Bronze medal position at the moment, 19.67 for Spain, so the battle for bronze is live and kicking. Shannon de la Clay sadly falters 9A. The home run is just littered with mines. There are so many potential pitfalls on the home trip, starting at 9A, and that is assuming you've jumped through that left-handed line, 5, 6 and 7. Well, but Leona Mermier-Baron has jumped a very good round for France. Their chances of a medal just dwindling slightly.
12 points en 74 secondes, 46 centièmes pour Leona Baron et Chanel Laclay. 12 jumping.
It does mean they will hope to discard the 12 of Leona Mermier-Baron, and they will have to carry Jeanne Sadron's 4 penalties. It does mean that France's challenge just wavers 26.03 if their final rider Antoine Elman can deliver a clear round. Well, Spain, the junior champions 2 years ago in Zuiderwolde, and their young rider team sitting at the halfway stage of this concluding round in team bronze, 19.67. They badly need 2 clears here to cement their position on the medal podium. Ignacio Lopez is off to a good start here. Dylan M is his 13-year-old Zurich Chin stallion. It's a very level ride that Ignacio has delivered first half of the course. He was close to the water, but I think the far side of the landing line, but no, 8 sadly back bar goes. So France just beginning to hope of a possible medal. Too early to call. Germany again not out of the team medal battle. Dylan M turning homebound here. And clears the final fence and chases across the line to avoid a time penalty. Just that, 1 down. The Rainbow Oxer at 8. 4 penalties it is, and it does mean that Spain, the best they can now finish on is 23.67. Keeps them in touch of the medal podium. But again, the picture is far from certain. Britain comes, and 24.72 is the best score that Britain can complete on as Sienna Charles gets away. 31st place individually, had 2 down yesterday. Ornalea is on course. Sienna heads down to the water vertical at 4, and Ornalea has made a great start here. 16 years of age, for pleasure, cross to Calato. Sienna Charles turns Ornalea down to the final line. Her young rider debut here in Vilamoura. And Ornalea is running down to the final fence. This big oxer. It sadly goes.
4 faults in the last oxer, 73.60.
That was a brilliant effort from Sienna. The final fence is the only blemish. It is 4 penalties. It does mean that Britain, the best they can finish on is 28.72. That will put them down behind Spain, certainly behind France as well, with that great effort from Sienna, but the last fence falling. Now we come to Germany. Germany sitting in 4th position at the halfway stage of this Team Nations Cup conclusion. Hannes Elman coming to the start. This is number 64 to jump today. Narado had one down yesterday. It was a great effort for this Holstein 14-year-old stallion. Hannes Elman had a superb opening competition, 2.44. And a clear round here. Germany, no, in the water. It's about to say Germany can hope of a bronze medal because 20.36. 3rd place as we stand, but that and that, I'm afraid, could dash German medal hopes. Because they've got to carry the 4 of Senka Fallenberg now. Hannes Elman now starts to round the home turn. Successive problems after a very encouraging start. His young rider debut, Team Silver in Zuiderwolde, Team Gold in Wiener Neustadt back in 2015, but I'm afraid problems in the mid part of the course. And it is the 8 for Hannes Elman. It is an 8 penalties that the Germans will have to carry. They've got to add 12 to their 16.36, and 28.36 is the best German score that they can attain. And that is assuming Mattis Westerned delivers a clear as the last anchorman for Germany. We now come to Ireland, and Harry Allen is on the course. Harry starting on 3.18 individually, 4th position, the individual competition. And Ireland, 15.56 in the gold medal position. And a clear here to edge Ireland ever closer to victory. Harry Allen is a cool customer. And Guinness has made a superb start, turning back to the Oxer rotate, clears it. Harry, right-handed, sharp right-hander. Down fearlessly into 9A and B. This is a bold attacking ride. You would expect nothing less here. Harry Allen is still clear, turning. Guinness on the home journey. 4 fences to edge Ireland ever closer to young rider glory. Harry Allen just shows why he's one of the most talked about riders on the emerging world circuit, but the last fence goes. It was a brilliant round. Unexplained mistake at the last, just slightly close on takeoff, and Harry Allen has the latest of 4s. It does mean Ireland will have to carry 4, and 19.56 is the best score that Ireland can finish on. It does mean that Belgium are back with the advantage because they can still finish on 17.35 if Marta Beckmus and Alexander Husson can both deliver clears. 3rd for Belgium is on course. Marta Beckmus away 11.78. Guidams Willow the 2nd is out on the track. Cameraman just moved slightly ahead of time at the Oxer at 3. Did it fall? I don't think so. Marta Beckmus, left-hander now to this yawning Oxer off the corner. Guidams Willow the 2nd turning. Home line now for Marta Beckmus. We think clear. We will confirm. Down to the triple. lucky out of it, but it is clear over the final line. And we await confirmation.
Well done. Clear.
Yes, it is a clear round. Congratulations. Chancy out of the triple. It does not matter. Her second young rider Europeans and Belgium are looking on for the double, both junior and young rider titles, depending on Alexander Husson. He'll be the anchorman for Belgium to come. Belgium 17.35
The fourth element of each team
leads the way.
And now the things get
Well, now we
very
come
hot.
to the final rider
So for the
rotation.
moment-
Just to
for the
keep you
moment, Denmark has
right in the
a total
picture,
of
Belgium 17.35 there. Best total.
represented
Ireland
of,
19.56.
Denmark is Kristin
And then
Christensen, right
it is still Spain, 23.67. For the Spanish in the bronze medal position individually, they hold on to their bronze as now we welcome Denmark's anchor lady, Christine Thurup Christensen, is on course. Denmark having a very tough team competition. But it was 20 nations that started this week here in Vilamoura, so just to qualify, intent for the final was a great effort. Vedrick, 15.87, his start score. South Francais, 11-year-old, into the water. Erlevant de Brecka across the pom field, and Christina had 12 out on Bernardo Costa Cabral's course yesterday. Well, 12 yesterday, and I'm pretty sure, I'm afraid it's 16 today.
and
4 down out
16
on the
double
course.
faults in 74-32,
Vedrick comes
total
home,
puntos 74,
and Christina Thurup
35,
Christensen, it's been frustration for the Danes, sad to see.
para Dinamarca. So
Adding
ends
16
in
individually,
70.
31.87
Correction is
and 86.17.
86.17.
86.17 is the first team score of this young rider FEI European Championships.
A big fault for Thomas Domson and Conquistador in 73.57. 8 pontos para o quarto elemento da equipa húngara. 73 segundos, 57 centésimos. Conclui a equipa da Hungria com 37.17 pontos. 37.17 points. It's the final result for the team of Hungary. Now it's Italy. Italy in the arena through Francesco Corredo, riding Nekofix. And it ends with 4 faults in 74-49 for Francesco Corredo and Nekofix. So the team Italy ends with 43.73 points. Teams Championship. Com 4 pontos concluiu a sua prova em 74-49 e a equipa italiana conclui com 43.73 do campeonato. So, time for Netherlands. Netherlands is defending the title of 2019. They were the winners, the gold medalists for teams. And the last combination is Skye Morsinkoff riding GV No Blue.
Et les Pays-Bas sont en piste avec Skye Morsinkoff qui monte G20 Gino Blue.
The defending champions on course. Their anchor lady, Skye Morsinkoff, is away for the Dutch. And it's a very good start here. Just slithers over the water. Gino Blue powers out over the vertical at 7. The Dutch with a clear here. They have to discard Mel Tyson's 12. They can finish on 36.14. Would leave them just ahead of Hungary. I think, sadly, again, just didn't quite see the end of that vertical, but I'm pretty sure 9B is a late mistake for this 10-year-old mare, Vidal Zorocco Blue's daughter. Skye Morsinkoff down to the final line. Pretty sure carrying the 4 penalties at 9B. Jumps the last and comes home. Must be good on the time. 72.05 is the time for Skye Morsinkoff, so well, nearly 3 seconds to the good of the clock. And the Dutch, though, yes, they add the 4th, 40.14. It is the Dutch total. And that does mean that Hungary moves up again. Hungary now up into 7th position at the Young Rider Team Championships. Great effort from Hungary. 40.14 is the Dutch total.
And the next is the last representative of France.
Well, this is a crucial round here for France because at the moment the bronze is in Spanish occupation, 23.67, but within 1 fence of that total, 26.03 is the French best score, with a clear for Ramatu Rodrigo, the 1 down for Jeanne Sadron, and Leona Mermier-Baron, the discard score with 12. So this man, Antoine Elman, he jumped to clear yesterday and clear here to give France a fighting chance of the team bronze. Ooh, close to the water. We mustn't call that early because it can look like The water splashes, it does splash, but sometimes, remarkably, they can splash water and not impact the plasticine. It's a little bit confusing even if you've been in the sport for a long time, but that is the situation. But just glancing at the scoreboard, it does seem Antoine Elman has been penalised at the water. Little shuffle stride in before the vertical at 11. Azur de Vinnibus sadly can't repeat the great clear of yesterday, but Antoine Elman has had a very good young rider Europeans. Yes, the water was the first mistake, and the last oxer also, I'm afraid, falling 8 it is for Antoine Elman.
Et c'est 8 points en 72 centièmes, 72 secondes 96 centièmes.
Yes, 34.03 is the total. They carry the clear of Ramos Rodrigo, the 4 of Jean Sadron, and that 8 of Antoine Elman. So 34.03 is the French total. It's the best team score so far. 3 penalties clear of Hungary. Now we come to the team that line the team bronze, 23.67. The Spanish total, and their anchorman Diego Ramos Maniero gets away. Superb clear yesterday, one of the 6 clears only. First round of this Team Nations Cup. Takes us to Très Bombe individually. Absolutely poised as well for the individual medals because 5th place, 4.57. So crucial round both for the Spanish team and Diego Ramos Maniero individually. And disappoints me to see fence 4 hitting the sand. Diego Ramos quickly regroups to attack the water with abandon. Texas to Très Bombe comes off the final turn. It's been a punchy attacking round for this impressive Spaniard. And Diego Ramos Maniero comes home across the line. Frustrating. One down in the final line as well. Middle part of the treble 12B falling. It is going to be 8 to add. And sad to see Spanish chances of a medal, I think, falling on hard ground because 31.67 I don't think will quite be enough. With the 2 down, they discard the 9 of Carlos Langer Frail. They carry 1, 4 and 8 for the 9 to add. 31.67 is the Spanish total.
La Grande-Bretagne est en piste avec Jacques Whittaker qui monte sans l'état.
Great Britain is at the moment
28.72 is the current British total, carrying Lily Atwood and Sienna Charles is 8 and 4. And the final rider for Britain. We are into the last now 4 of this team final. Jack Whittaker is on course for Britain. Skenlether to try and put Britain ahead of Spain. Needs a clear here to keep Britain ahead of the Spanish, 31.67. Skenlether starting 6.67 individually. 1 down yesterday. 2.67 on the opening day for Jack. And Skenlether has started superbly. Britain's juniors team bronze yesterday. Can the young riders repeat or improve on the junior feat? And Skenlether is super smooth here. Jack Whittaker is delivering an anchorman's performance. He really is the world number 101 already. down to the final treble combination. Again, Lether skews in the middle, but Jack Whittaker keeps a very cool, calm hand on the rudder, and he crosses the line. It's a superb round. Jack's first young rider, Europeans.
So Team Great Britain ends with
Micah Whittaker's son delivers a great clear.
2 points.
And Jack is still only 19 years of age. Great final clear. And 28.72 is Britain's final score. Does keep GB ahead of Spain by 3 penalties. And the pressure is massively applied to Germany because Germany, they sit on 28.36. So there's absolutely nothing to split Germany and Britain. And the simple analysis is that Mattis Westerned, he needs a clear to secure team bronze for Germany. And this young man is sitting individually, crucially, in gold medal position. 1.45 is the start score. And Germany here to win the team bronze and Mattis to keep, no, in the gold medal individually. I'm afraid that has just fallen away. Britain will win the team bronze. And sad to see Mattis Westerned up. Early mistake with Stalido. He goes to 5.45, his individual total. Mattis Westerned up. Well, he started very quickly, so can we assume afford to take a conservative turn into that vertical at 11? Down the final line for Mattis. And a very good jump over the final fence. But I'm afraid to see that early mistake is the 4 penalties for Germany. 32-36 is the final score. And Mattis Westerned up individually, he drops to 5.45. And his gold medal chances, I'm afraid, fall by the wayside, sad to see. And it does mean that Great Britain, they claim the team bronze. And certainly it's a repeat of the junior performance of yesterday, if not better. 2 teams remaining.
Next is Ireland. Ireland through Jason Foley, riding Clyde VA.
Well, it was a superb clear to start the Irish campaign today for Jack Ryan. Harry Allen had just the one down late with Guinness. And it does mean that Jason Foley getting underway. It's a clear here for 19.56. And that would mean that Belgium would have to jump a clear to claim the gold. So pressure cauldron is developing. Jason Foley sitting on 2.55 plus the 4 of yesterday. 6.55 with Clyde VA jumping. 12th position individually. And clear out over the water at 6. Faintest of rattles into the combination, 9A, it stays. Jason at his second Young Rider Europeans, 12th individually with Uncas in the Netherlands. Clyde VA now down to this final treble combination. No, falters in, sadly. 12A goes. And Clyde VA will come across the finish line. Just that, fence down 4 from home. This horse was produced by Mikael Jung, up to 5-star level. And there is the confirmation, 23.56 is the Irish total. However, the silver medal is guaranteed clear of Great Britain's 28.72, Ireland team silver. But it does now mean that Belgium have got 1 fence in hand for the team gold medal. to repeat their junior victory of yesterday afternoon. And we welcome Alexandra Housen, who will complete the Young Rider European Team Championships here. FEI Young Rider Europeans in Vilamoura for 2021. He lies individually in 6th position, 5.07 is his start score. And this impressive grey, Kaslas van der Helle had 1 down yesterday. 1.07 was a great start score. And Alexandra Housen, fence in hand for Belgium. He can have 4 faults and Belgium win the team gold. Alexander Housen gets his stick out over the water. We think just clear, but it was touch and go. Kaslas van der Helle rounds the turn now back. This big oxer out of the turn. 8 is smoothly negotiated. Kaslas van der Helle down to this beefy double. Pops through there for fun. Caratino across to Quintero. Alexander Housen now. Homebound, no, that's the fence that he has in his hand. Has got to jump home clear. Otherwise, it will be an Irish gold. But Alexander Housen looks to have jumped the final fence, and there is the Belgian gold. It is the 4 penalties. 21.35 is the Belgian total. It does mean Alexander's individual prospects falter slightly. He goes to 9.07. And that is the team gold for Belgium. Our congratulations. Belgium winning 21.35. Thibo Spits, Emily Conter, Martin Vekmos and Alexandra Housen. 21.35 is the winning score. In second place, 23.56 is the Irish total. Team silver it is for Jason Foley, Harry Allen, Sean Monaghan and Jack Ryan. That is the silver. And the bronze medal secured by Jack Whittaker, Sienna Charles, Lily Atwood and Jodi Hall Mcateer, 28.72. That's Great Britain in third place for the team bronze. Fourth place, our congratulations, is Spain, 31.67 for the Spanish. And fifth position, 32.36 is Germany, dropping from bronze, sadly, into fifth place. Sixth place, France hold on to sixth, 34.03. Jean Sadron, Ramatu Rodrigo, Leona Mermio-Baron, and their last to go, Antoine Elman, that is sixth. Seventh place, that is the brilliant finish for Hungary, 37.17. Eighth position is the Netherlands, the defending champions, have a disappointing championships, 40.14. Ninth place is Italy, 43.73, and the back markers, but 10th out of the 20 nations that started here in Vilamoura goes to the team for Denmark. So our congratulations to Belgium. They claim Young Rider European Team Gold here in Vilamoura for 2021. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a superb pleasure bringing you the Young Rider conclusion, and I will leave you with the prize giving, and we will look forward to welcoming you back tomorrow, because the individual junior final in that battle for junior gold will resume at 2 p.m. here in Vilamoura. Enjoy the prize giving. From myself, Ed Holloway, thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock Western European summertime. Good afternoon, and please welcome in Belgium, the European Young Rider champions.
Teste. Som 2. Som 2. Presentation will be for the second competition of Young Riders Jumping Championship. Estás-me a ouvir, João Nuno? Está-me a criar uns formicotes. Eu não sei inventar, sabe? Gosto também de ao menos ter algum domínio. Ficaram no primeiro, segundo e terceiro lugar classificativa da Europa de salto de obstáculos. Of the Riders second competition, FEI Jumping Championship, European Jumping Championship. And here they are. The second competition, young riders. And they were 79 combinations. 79 combinations for this second competition of young riders. A round of applause for them. Thank you. Estão a entrar em pista os conjuntos que se classificaram nos primeiros três lugares de Campeonato da Europa de Young Riders. And here they are. Riders that are ranked in the second competition of the FEI European Jumping Championship. So now all is set, and the winner of this second competition. Winner of this second competition of young riders is the Russian rider Egor Shipwreck, and he rode the Cornet's Spirit. So please in his honor, stand up to listen the national anthem of the Russian Federation. Congratulations to Egor Shipwreck. And for this ceremony, we have the FEI representative, the president of the grand jury, the Swiss judge, Mr. Bruno Lopez. In segundo lugar, second place, Spain, Nerea Garagodovil. Third place, Execo. In third place, we had Ireland. We have Ireland with Jack Ryan. France, Ramato Wedrago. Third, Belgium, also for third, Emily Conter. Again, Ireland with Harry Allen. Great Britain, Jack Whittaker. Also in third, Belgium with Mattis Westerned. So these are the third execu, and the winner is the Russian. So let's do the lap of honor. So we ask Igor to lead the lap of honor. And there they are. In first place of this second competition, Russian Egor Shipwreck. Segundo lugar, Nereia. Third, Jack Ryan. Ramato Wedrago, Emily Counter, Harry Allen, Jack Whittaker, Mattis Wedra. Congratulations to you all. So now will be the teams Nations Cup final. We're now preparing the podium for the teams. And the winner of this year, and also for 2019. It is Belgium. Belgium, the gold medal. And here they are. For the presentation, first the team that won again, Belgium. Gold medalist, Thibo Spits, Emily Counter, Martha Verbrunk, and Alexander Hudson. And also Maya de la Hoja. Entering the arena, we have Ireland, silver medal. Jack Ryan Shanmonen, Ariel and Jason Foley and Kaylis Soden. And the bronze medal, Jodi Hall and Lily Altud, Sienna Charles, Jack Whittaker, and Rory Murphy. Okay, now all is set, so we ask to the chef d'équipe from Great Britain, Tony Newbery, to come to the pod. And also the riders, Jodi Hall Mcateer, Lily Atwood, Sienna Charles, Jack Whittaker, and Robert Murphy. Big applause to them, silver medalists. Correction, is bronze. It's again bronze, not silver. Great Britain. And now it's silver medalist. So we ask the chef d'équipe Liam Buckley to the podium together with Jack Ryan, Shane Monan, Moeri Al, Jason Foley, and Kaylis Soden. And now it's time for the gold medal. Team Belgium. Chef d'équipe Rick Deret. Riders Thibo Spits, Emily Conter, Mart Verbergen, Alexander Hudson, and Maya de la Hoya. E agora irá cumprimentar estes conjuntos o representante da FEI, presidente do grande júri de terreno, juiz suíço Bruno Lopes. And now, in honor of the gold medal, please let's stand up to listen the national anthem of Belgium. Muitos parabéns, a round of applause for all three of this team. Cumprimentar então os conjuntos. Temos o representante da FEI, o juiz Bruno Lopes. The time for the family photo. And now it's time for souvenirs for all the teams, riders and also the chef d'équipe. Entrega estas relembranças, diretor do evento, o Sr. Engenheiro António Moura, bem como a diretora desportiva Carolina Fontaneda. And for the souvenirs we have GPA riding helmets, stirrups, flex on, equi boots, and for the horses we have caramels, happy crackers. Mais algumas fotografias. All set. Photo family. And now we ask to all the riders to remount to do the lap of honor. Okay, thank you. And so now it's the time for the lap of honor. So we ask the Belgium team to lead the lap of honor. Big applause, please. Let's do it for them. They deserve it's well done. Winners of 2019 and again 2021, the team of Belgium. Here they are. Thibo Spits, Emily Conter, March Verwegen, Alexander Hussein, and Thibaut Philippe. Gold medal. Silver, Ireland, Jack Ryan, Shin Monan, Harry Allen, Jason Foley, Caleb Sodan. And bronze to Jodi Hall Mcateer, Ellie Atwood, one more for Belgium, one more for Belgium. Thank you very much.
story. Congratulations. You had the chance to win again in two different categories, and also for the after these 2 great days of competition.
It's amazing. We didn't expect that. We know we have good teams to come to Portugal. But 10 years ago, we win also the gold medal, and now we did it again, but not with one team, with the 2 teams, juniors and young riders. It's incredible.
Portugal seems a little bit of a lucky charm for you because you were here in 2011 in Comporta, and now again you come to Vilamoura and win 2 different gold medals. Portugal must be special for you.
Yes, of course. If we can win gold medals, I hope in the next years we can come back to Portugal. We never know. Maybe we have another gold medal. I hope so.
We are having here very young athletes. How do you manage from all these days of competition with the traveling and everything? How do you manage the nerves, the anxiety, their hopes? How do you manage the athletes?
At first, we experience their parents. We often travel on the road and problem at all. We have and everybody is
For the both teams you are having here in Vilamoura, the 3 teams, and 2 that you are managing, did you use a criteria to select these athletes? Do you use something special? Do you have a secret?
no secret at all. The secret is maybe good trainers, good horses, and give them chances enough to prove them, so they were here on a comfortable position, and they are habit to do the Nations Cups. We have won the juniors 2 times, the young riders we did it also well, and so they were here on maybe a position a little bit comfortable.
Rick, to end our interview, I have a challenge. I'm starting a collection now with all the team polo shirts, okay? So I will need you to trade with me a Vilamoura shirt, Vilamoura polo shirt for a Belgian polo shirt. Is it possible?
Of course. Winning 2 gold medals, don't think that the Federation and Kingsland, they have a problem with that. They will be happy also.
I will not receive a GPA helmet, but at least I will have a Belgian polo shirt.
Of course. Thank you.
Rick, thank you very much. Congratulations for the great results here in Vilamoura. As we have more competitions, we have the Children's Nations. So stay tuned to our Facebook, our live stream.